This is a shared message for the collective. The collective that I'm speaking to. Dog's just knocked over the grill outside. Okay, distractions. Of course, the collective of humanity. However, this specific collective is individuals who are on a path to wholeness, unity, balance within self, students of truth and alchemy. Those on a path of ascension, or besides all these fancy words, just individuals wanting to grow, evolve. What we're connecting to right now, what I'm connecting to, is my highest self, my luminous one within that is connected to source. So what's channeling through is a message from source. Creator, creatress, divinity, the keeper and bestower of all time, across all dimensions, realities of existence, the creator, creatress. What message do you have for us collective to intention? We are entering eclipse season, Pisces on the north node, Virgo on the south node. It is portal season. This is for the collective that wants to feel like they're not a victim of fate in life and align themselves to co-create with creation, to be a beacon of your own destiny. So the spread that I'm going to pull for the collective as a eclipse guidance, support, it's just support. 3-card spread. Where is your fated life calling the collective? Where is the soul call of the collective? And how do we bridge the gap between the two? How does this collective shift from our fated call to our soul's destiny call? Because I have addressed specifically to this collective as one of the collective and my own endeavors. How as a whole do we shift to live more soul aligned? Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. Time is not running out. I like to hear that so far because last eclipse season in November, when we were still in Aries Libra and the election was going on, the pool made me feel like if I don't start doing my work now, we're going to run out of time, collective. Slowing down from spirit came in after that, and I love that reappeared. So I'm gonna focus. I'm gonna share a prayer actually from the creator. This is the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. I'm gonna use the attunement prayer from the book. I love the wording. I call upon the ancient wisdom keepers of the stars and Akasha, star keepers, star ancestors, councils of light, benevolent beings of the highest realms only. Come, come, come. Great Cosmic Mother, I surrender to your holding. Grandmother Moon, I surrender to your rhythmic pulse. Great Cosmic Father, I surrender to your protection. Grandfather Sun, I surrender to your support. I bow to the wisdom of my own inner temple and allow my soul's true voice to step in. I activate the portal of my heart as the gateway between heaven and earth. I allow my personality to step out of the way. May the cards act as a doorway and doorways to the wisdom deep within the temple of my heart and the heart of all those I read for. May they only ever reveal the heart's deepest, purest, and most potent prayers, and the soul's highest callings for all the good of all people and beings. May the guidance and messages only ever be kind, clear, and supportive and helpful. Moving from my will to thy will, I step out of the way. I call upon the steady pulse and grounded wisdom of the earth. Stone people, plant people, keepers of the earth. Guide me in all those I read for by allowing the cards to reveal the grounded action that's most helpful and only ever for the highest benefit of all. May they anchor and beat all who come into contact with them back home to the effortless rhythm of you, Great Mother. Dear Sweet Mother, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the call of the ego, the fated light for the collective. You got the love. Hardarian energy, codependency, boundaries. You got the love. You've got the love. You know, the next card that came up, so the destined life for the collective, the soul call from source to collective. During this time, during this eclipse portal, March 14th, there's an opportunity for us to more easily realign and shift to this. You got the love to forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Fated life, you've got the love. Destined life, forge, not follow. I'm gonna pull one more card, then I'll share my own intuitive hints here. So this is the bridge. What is a grounded action for the collective to do during this portal time to shift from we've got the love to forging and not following? What is the bridge for the collective? What is the bridge? Fall into my arms. Surrender. holding the opposites, extremes of life. I love this card. I love the imagery. You've got the love. I want to keep the message real sweet, short, and simple, right? I want you to interpret it yourself. Let source, spirit, your highest self speak to you. But collective like myself, there are so many amazing individuals who came before us that have allowed a groundwork for us to lead, to follow as example. Follow the ways of Buddha, follow the ways of Jesus, of Krishna. Love, follow the way, there are so many ways of love, and we all, if you're a part of this collective, not only share a desire to become whole within yourself, because you know that wholeness within yourself brings more wholeness on the shared world that we live. So I've been working with wanting to break the spirit of competition, mimicry, comparison, and as we're awakening, you know, it can become that point where the codependency and boundaries are coming up. Like, where do I end and you begin? Are we all just the same? We're all here preaching the love and light work, the shadow work. We all have the love, and we know that there are ways we can follow. So I'm gonna just leave, before I move to the next card, I'll read what the author has to share for just additional personal activations for yourself. You got the love. The Hadrians are believed to be beacons of pure, divine, unconditional love, who see love in all people and situations. As a result, they can find it hard to have boundaried, interdependent, healthy relationships because they only see the unconditional nature of those they meet. The lovers of the cosmos, they dive in fast. They're here to learn how to love in a separate body, to learn to love self first, and then establish healthy relationships with others. To remember that the love they seek is already within them, that they truly do have the love all on their own. The message of this card is to review the ways you may need to establish healthier boundaries. Perhaps you're in a codependent relationship in which you may be losing your sense of self. It is common for starseeds to dive deep into relationships, particularly with those who feel safe and familiar at a soul level. Perhaps you're in a relationship in which you give more than you receive, or perhaps there's a certain polarity to it, and you're always unsure where you stand. This card is a sign to do the relationship review and see what energetic agreements you've made, consciously or unconsciously. To acknowledge if there are relationships in which you feel anxious or powerless, in which you don't feel like it's safe to relax and just be you. To assess if there are any places of inadequacy that you've used a relationship to soothe and cover over. And again, just on the very surface level, those in this collective, I feel, have become aware of the love within their heart, and it's easy for us to keep wanting to do things the way that they've always been done. The soul life, forge, don't follow. Be the leader you wish you had. Lately, myself, when I'm creating even sharing this, I'm tapping into my timelessness. I'm making this video for the little Lexi who needed it, who needed the guidance, who needed the support. I am becoming my own support. I am becoming my own vision. I'm falling into the arms of divinity, into the further recesses of my heart, so that I may lead from there. And it may not look like anything anyone has ever done before. We are forging the new ways to follow. New ways, like when Buddha came out with the 8 limbs and the 4 noble truths, that was new. He forged a new way. Moses' 10 commandments were channeled from God, were the new way. New wave. It's so new. You follow those that came before you only up until the point that it's awakened and triggered enough within you for something that is uniquely you to. Whew. From the author, for Forge Don't Follow. I love it. It's got very like Oz vibes. Oz, from the cosmos to Oz vibes. Go within your heart. Make your own journey to the Emerald Castle. And spring forth from there. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path. And you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, put one foot in front of the other, and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them, they lead themselves. This card is for leaders. You're here to pave a path that hasn't been walked before, to go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward. For all those who also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. The goosebumps. The truth bumps. There's no one on earth who comes close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life experience. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own. Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. All right. How do I move from being someone who is just following all the ways that I've only ever known for love? How do I start to move to forge my own way? How do I fall into the arms? How do I surrender to the bigger cycle? I like this card popping up because personally, as my own collective self, when I see this card, it's reminding me of me remembering through all of my lives that I have participated in and drawing from those to support me in the now. There are faces, and I'm gonna read what the author has to say now, but again, even though this being a collective reading me as one of the collective. I giggled seeing that card. It's just joyous. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, Belle. That when polarity and separation can be excruciating, when your soul remembers the oneness of Source. But at the same time, it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often, we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded. And when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we're all here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more wildly the pendulum of your life, the more truthfully you can say, I've truly lived. So again, this is a message to support us on upcoming portal season. So March 14th, lunar partial eclipse. I don't know if I wrote it down. That's okay. But March 14th. With full moons, it's gonna be a full moon, that I know. So full moon is like a release, okay? We just had the new moon, so we planted our seeds of the vision of what us new forging ahead may look like. And now as we're reaching a cross point of springing forward into your destiny or falling back into fate. Surrender any other worries, doubts, concerns that you may have to your great cosmic mother on that new moon. So it could be a good releasing time to also really get out, just really get out and surrender. Just fall back and know that you've done what you need to do. You've done what you need to do. And this is an activation card, so I'm going to end by just reading the activation. Place this card or view this card from the portal of your heart through the portal of your eyes. Speak with me. I am ready to embrace the extremes of my life. I lay all that I am carrying onto you, Great Mother's altar. I fall completely into her arms. I surrender all to the breath of life. I surrender all to divinity. I have faith. These are my personal cards, but I have trust and I have faith. I have trust and I have faith. Your solar plexus, your sun, your star within you, self-worth and self-esteem. I honor myself by doing things that please me, not only that please others. I am empowered as I release the need to live up to other people's unrealistic expectations of me. When I respect and approve of myself, others will naturally do the same. I teach others how to treat and respect me by how I treat and respect myself. I know I am worthy of love and respect. The boundaries I create with others acknowledge my self-worth. Ashe, ashe, blessed, blessed, blessed. I am so thankful. May all of you have a wonderful day, a wonderful spring, a safe and fun portal season.